What's up, everybody? This is Samurai Man, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. When we last left off, we had just proven that Miss Vasquez, the lady with ties to the Mafia, had possibly killed Mr. Hammer, or whatever his name is, the victim in this case. And now we're going to choose what to say to her before she tries to leave the stand. Alright, let's obviously testify again. I mean, that's pointless. That's not gonna get anywhere. No further questions would be stupid. Let's testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Damn. To come so far only to fail. Oh man, I guess I screwed up. I wonder if I would have failed no matter what I said. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Edgeworth. Whoa, what are you doing, buddy? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see, very well. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly do you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that... Edgeworth. Alright, good man, Edgeworth. Alright, after finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick, we're close, real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. Alright. Going down, Miss Vasquez. Alright, let's see. When we found the body, the assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. Merely called the police and Powers showed up. Let's press that. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence, dead silence. Kind of like that. Silent. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten the things up. Okay, let's go press that. Oldbag, the security lady? Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Let's press harder. We got the option. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Why did you ask to be left out of the proceedings? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seemed that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting. There was no way we could have been involved, thus they covered for us. Covered for you, or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Oh yeah, good point. Let's press this. The script in your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder, why not? Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder, after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. There's something not right about that, though. Why would she know that before going there? Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. Ah, Edgeworth saw it. Your Honor! I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Exactly. Thank you, Edgeworth. You're the man. Uh-oh. Come on, I wanted to point that out, though. Why'd you have to do it? Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What you've just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change in defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I have a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. Oh man, this music. I knew the Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. Wait a second. Something's not right about that. I don't think she was at the rehearsal, was she? Is there something here that says that? Random drive to Studio 1 after meeting in the trailer. I want to press that. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal the director? You have to find something to peg this on her here, or everything we've done till now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Oh man, that was the end of the testimony then. Let's press these. Man, this music is so awesome. Oh man, guys, I just had an epiphany. As I was looking over all this evidence, I just reread this thing again and just realized. She said, I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. Hammer was injured? No, Hammer wasn't injured. It was Powers who was injured. Powers the Steel Samurai. He's the one who's injured. And I bet this photo right here, Powers' photo, is going to be the one. Let's present this. Objection! Yes, I got it. I'm pointing at the ceiling right now. I don't know why. You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Yes, I got it. It took some real thinking for that. I don't know why I didn't notice that right away. Oh, man.
Mr. Wright, explain yourself.
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person, that was the wrong voice. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. You saw Hammer limping, obviously. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes.
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Ah!
And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Yes, I gotcha now. Order, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen hard on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death, nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Why was he going there in the first place? What was the motive? If he was going there in the Steel Samurai costume, maybe she wanted to kill Mr. Powers. Of course I can prove it. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I presented the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motives as in this murder, blah blah blah. It is this maybe? You know, I'm gonna present the photo. Take that. This is my proof. This 5-year-old photo, yes.
This is the photo from before?
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, in Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Wow, Edgeworth is like totally working with me here. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It is a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
I think we're gonna figure this one out in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this rather exciting episode, and I hope you guys... I totally messed that up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Good night.